Welcome back to the breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at a USB-C cable. This is a pretty standard USB-C cable with a cool feature. Now, you're probably going, Luke, what's the big deal? It's a USB-C cable. I've seen hundreds of them. Why review them? And there's a lot of truth in that. I've even reviewed some of the USB cables looking at cheap generic versions of cables and some of the more name brand ones and why you may want to spend a little extra on your cables. But this one's got a cool feature here. It will actually display how much wattage is on your device to let you know if you're getting a full charge, let you know if that device that claims to have a certain wattage is really doing it. So we're going to look at the pros and cons of this, let you know what you need to know in order to decide if this cable is right for you and if you should even bother with the extra cost of it. Now, with that said, this was a device I bought for myself. I intend to use it for reviews here and a lot more. So it was not a review unit. If you want to find current pricing, because pricing changes so often, I will put a link to this down in the show notes down below. I will say this was a tiny bit more than most standard cables, the similar type and similar length, but not dramatically so. It wasn't crazy extra amount of money. So keep that in mind. Before we get into the full review though, help us out, help us grow this channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. By clicking that thumbs up, by clicking that subscribe button, you let YouTube know, and then they recommend our videos to more people, so we would really appreciate it. And with that said, let's take a look at the cable itself. Now I'll actually show you it in action. So, pretty standard USB-C cable. It is a nylon fabric covered cable. Very nice quality, very nice thickness. I really do, if it will focus, come on, focus. I really do appreciate how heavy duty this is. It does not feel flimsy at all. Very good quality material here with that. Now, the display of how much wattage is actually going through it and all this is actually only on one end, right here, with that. So there is one limit. It's kind of wish it was on both ends. So you do have to kind of think about which side you want that to display on, decide where you're plugging into what you're charging, or the side into the plug. Keep that in mind. Now I'll throw up real quick here a quick look at it in action and give you a good idea. A few thoughts on this. As with all these, often chargers don't immediately hit at its max rate. So when you plug it in and first start charging it, you may notice a fluctuation in the power display there. That's often as many phones start at lower wattages and try to ramp up to their maximum charge capability with that. It's part of their smart charging. Some Android phones, for example, at night when you plug in, will deliberately slow charge and gentle trickle throughout the night so that by the time that your alarm is set, it will be fully charged. This helps protect your battery, keep it from losing its battery life with it. So keep that in mind. Pretty cool feature there, but you do need to be aware of the fact that just because the phone and the charger are capable of faster doesn't mean it will always do that, and it may take a little bit of time for it to fully display the proper wattage that it's actually using. With that said, this is a pretty cool device. Now, if you're somebody who's just a geeky kind of guy like I am and really likes that, it's a pretty cool feature. But there's a lot of major needs for this. Make sure you're actually getting the full max charge. Make sure your chargers are working at proper charge rate, but also to make sure your laptop's getting the charge it should. You really want a 65 watt charger. You don't want it to be downgrading to 30 because then your laptop's not going to properly charge and you're not going to get the charge you need out of it. A cable like this to display to make sure you're actually getting that is pretty cool. So I really think it's up to you if you decide if this is what you need and what you want. I love it. I think there's a lot of uses for me as a reviewer to get a lot of benefit from this, and I think a lot of people will really enjoy the cool feature of being able to see what wattage is being actually transmitted into your device to see if you're getting what you pay for. Pretty cool. Overall, 2 thumbs up. Very nicely constructed cable with a cool kind of feature here that most cables do not have. And the price point isn't crazy. They could have probably priced this higher than they did when at least I bought it. And I thought they kept it fairly competitive to similarly spec'd cables with similar length. So 2 thumbs up, really did like it and do think this is a very good product. So highly recommend it. If you do want to find this on Amazon, I will put a link to it down in the show notes down below in the first pinned comment there. So you can find it on Amazon if you want to find the current pricing. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. Until next time, take care and be safe.